Hey everybody, how are you doing? I am your host, Peter Brown, for this fine Sunday evening where, look, we might be a little upset that the team lost, but hey, they had a good run. We kind of called this last week. We talked that the team might get smacked around in New England, but we're not going to focus on that. We'll touch on it a little bit, but we're not planning on focusing on that because there was a big victory this past week, and so we're going to talk about that. And also we're going to catch up with somebody from Charlotte. And I, of course, don't do this by myself. So let's welcome in everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. Hey, Ed.
How you doing, boys and girls? We're, a little sad because we lost, but there was a huge victory, Peter Brown, and that's the thing that I think we're going to probably focus on the most in the game. But we'll get to it in a few minutes.
Yeah. We'll get to everything in a few minutes. And like I said, we're also going to talk to Lee Hannibal from CLT FC Fan TV. I had to read that because for me that's a mouthful. I didn't want to mess it up.
I want to mention also that you're going to be on their show on Wednesday. So
right.
We'll send that information out so you guys could also watch it. A little banter here and there. Get on the chat room. All you guys are in this chat room. Same process, I think. And go man, go.
Yeah, we'll have to tweet it out and everything. So those of you guys, yeah, exactly. So we could have some of our people, back in their show supporting us.
Let's invade their
their show, and get all this Inter Miami banter in their chat room, which I'm assuming that they have. Anyways, we'll find out more about that later in the show. But before we get to all that, as always, let's say a big thank you to Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, just south of 595 on University Drive. Get all your Inter Miami gear there. I got this cool, heartbeat shirt there, Ed.
Nice, yeah.
Yep.
I got this XBTO thing on mine. Just about everything except, of course, the hat. That's I went to the supporters thing yesterday.
Okay.
To the at Mickey Burns, and unfortunately we lost, right. But it was a lot of fun.
That's good, hanging out with the supporters. That's good. And Mickey Burns is a fun place in Hollywood.
It's a good one. It was a lot of fun. Took the wife, the kids, and so it was good.
Nice.
Enjoy.
Wife went to
except the losing.
Yeah, and we'll touch on that. We can't not talk about that, but I don't think. I just don't think there's any real reason to harp on it. That game, the wheels fell off that game after 1 minute. So there's some things that you can critique and things like that, and I'm sure we may get to some of that. We have a few voicemails in the chat in there.
We'll definitely talk about that.
And if you want to leave a voicemail, call 786-474-4435. We got 4 of them currently, but it looks like it's really just 2 people making 2 phone calls.
All right.
Part 1s and part 2s.
We'll assume that if you guys call now, it's so you could do some banter on the guys, the Charlotte guys or something.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Peter, let's say hello to some of our chat room people. I saw the very first one was Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
He was the very first one I saw. You put something earlier. Right. It's not in chat anymore, but I saw it earlier, so he was the first one. Esteban Dito
calling us out, saying, "Where are we?" I mean, we were on time. There might be a little delay, but we were on time.
A little bit, but I think we're good. We've got Tracker is also
all right
following us. We can never forget about One World, One Goal. She's always on there as well. I guess. Oh, there she is. There you go. We got later. Chris Arjun.
All right. Welcome, Chris.
Yeah. Jose Velasquez is also on. Jose Velasquez. Yeah, you can find him?
Well, no. Like we've talked about this. If you guys are tweeting before the show starts, I can't see it. So the application that I use, it doesn't show any chats before the launch of the show. So I love that you guys are in there early and chatting away, but I don't see them until Ed sees them, but I don't. I can't put them on the screen until we get to. Yes,
Jason Weiss. I keep trying to say Jason Weiss. You don't let me. There you go. Oh, he's on there. Okay, from here on, I think we're good.
Welcome back.
Yeah. It's been a while. We
Yeah.
haven't heard from him. We got Chris Menendez is also with us. A new Wiseman up there in Atlanta. How you doing, man? Heard him having a little banter back and forth with the Charlotte guys.
Oh,
I
was
saw
he?
them in Twitter. Yeah.
Interesting comment he put there. He says he saw the Marlins wanker on MSNBC talking crap about the Miami Stadium.
Of course they will.
Samson. That's
Yeah.
Samson he's talking about. The most hated
Everybody
man
hates
in
that
all
guy.
of Miami, getting up there.
What's he
bashing.
still doing around here?
He's the
What's he
most
still doing
hated
here?
guy, and Billy Corbin rolls him out. Now, the way he used him was pretty cool, but still, he's like the most hated guy in all of South Florida, and you're going to roll him out. All right, whatever.
I don't know why in tarnations he's still in South Florida, man. And he probably likes getting, criticized or whatever. Because people feed off of that, the haters.
Yeah, and he was also, you remember, he was on Survivor. He was like the first guest voted off on some sort of celebrity Survivor or something.
Yeah. Well, we also got Guyver on here. Good old Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is in the house. Mr. Pepe, 150.
Back to reality. I guess he's saying, come down off the high of winning a bunch of games.
It was a nice little high, man, but, whatever. We'll take some more, hopefully. E Pluribus Bigley is on here as well.
What does that mean?
How you like that?
What does that mean?
FJA 243 wants to talk about the
Campana.
stadium in Campana. We wanted to hear about that too.
Yeah.
We also have Kata. How you doing, Kata? Marvin Mielis is also on here. Luis Rodriguez. I saw him yesterday at the watch party. Met up with his kid also. It was a fun time, except we lost.
Right.
And Jazz Fusion. And I think everybody else is there. Oh, Ricky Ricardo also. How you doing, Ricky? We miss you, man. And I think that's it for now.
Oh, there he is.
Ricky Ricardo.
Took me a sec. Took him a second to pop into my queue.
Did I see Tracker already? I don't remember.
You did, but yes, you did.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're good. Oh, Jet Pancake. Wow, everybody's just jumping in right now. They're like, I want to get a mention. So, there you go. Jet Pancake. There you go.
Yeah, he just wanted to say thanks to Caneswear. We got to call that out. Yeah, thanks, Canewear. You got a Vintage Creator T-shirt there. Super nice product.
Yeah. Doovster. Sorry,
Doovster.
Yeah,
boys.
All right, we're gonna stop it there, guys. I know you guys are like, trying to get call
your name
up,
mentioned.
But, yeah. But
speaking of Caneswear, they plan on just. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but why not? They didn't tell me not to. They plan on putting out a Freedom to Dream T-shirt.
Nice.
Because One World, One Goal told them to. And so they listen. They listen to what the people want. And One World, One Goal on Twitter kind of came at them in a nice way. Just said, hey, you should do this. And they said, okay. And they sent me the mock-up, and
nice.
It looks good. And so they're
well,
planning
I need me one.
They're planning on moving forward because the team doesn't sell them. So they figured they would do it. So
might as well.
Yeah,
I'll get one.
That's a reason to go to Caneswear. That's a cool, simple but cool shirt.
Sounds good.
All right, Ed. I mean, do we before we get into talking a little bit about the stadium and stuff like that? I guess we do need to talk a little bit about the game that took place up in New England.
Yeah.
So
let me give a shout out real quick to Millie. She was also at the watch party. How you doing, Millie? And all right, there we go. Milagros Guzman.
All right. Yeah. So that's like they've been Inter Miami's been playing a lot of games on turf lately. It seems like. So they played Seattle on turf.
Who's with me? Who hates turf?
Yeah, of course. And one thing that Ray Hudson was saying during the broadcast was the difference of quality of turf from every stadium so far that they've played. So what? Who all has turf? So, and they're going to play turf next week. Doesn't Charlotte have turf too? Why do all these NFL teams use turf when I know? Okay, fine. I mean, I get the part of the reason. The reason is it's cheaper, right? You put it down and you don't have to worry about it. But an NFL team can afford the grass. Miami Dolphins do it. In a place like Seattle, maybe it makes sense to have artificial, but a place like Charlotte, they should be able to grow some grass during the season and maintain it. But yeah, so we got what? We got Seattle, we got New England, Atlanta, and Charlotte. Are there any others? That's 4 stadiums.
We're probably forgetting somebody, but
we're playing all of them, right? And we're playing all of them. Oh, apparently, and CLT FC Fan TV is in the chat as well. It says they had grass at one time, and I guess yanked it out so that they could. Oh, here it is. They yanked it out so they could host concerts. Oh, that's garbage, man. And
what kind of tomfoolery is that?
Yeah, and so there was the question about Campana, and you got to ask about Campana and Mabika, both, no contact injuries. You got to wonder if so many games on turf close together had an impact on that. I mean, at this time we still don't know how long Campana or even Mabika are going to be out. We know
Robinson was also hurt, right before.
But Mr. Glass is always hurt. I mean, you breathe on Robbie
Robinson,
and he's gonna get a twisted ankle or a knee injury or something.
Darn tootin' Robbie, man. I mean, sometimes he plays good, sometimes he doesn't, but he gets hurt too much.
Yeah, and just when he starts to come into form and starts to look good, he gets hurt. It just seems to be his. There are some pros that's just the way they are. Mr. Glass.
He's too fragile. The man's made out of crystal or something.
You remember that? You remember that in that M. Night movie?
Yeah,
Mr. Glass.
Was a good one.
That was wasn't that Samuel L. Jackson was Mr. Glass?
It was Samuel L. Jackson, yeah, and Bruce Willis, who was his foe.
Yeah, and here Anu is bringing up Brad Guzman ruptured his Achilles on that turf.
Dude, I mean, it's just they need to stop that already. I mean, I understand they're saving money, all right, but is it worth it when so many players are getting hurt?
But some of these stadiums can afford grass. Like, I mean, if it's a fully enclosed stadium, like what Atlanta is what, fully enclosed, or is it does it? And Anu can answer this.
Yeah, it's fully enclosed. Yeah, they can close it.
It doesn't retract like Marlins baseball park.
It opens up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it opens up.
If it opens, they could grow grass. The Marlins do it. Marlins have a retractable roof, and they got grass. So I don't know. A lot of talk about grass. I've always, speaking of grass, we always talked about. We never did. I always thought it'd be fun to get the grass guy from Inter Miami on our show just to talk grass.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, I reached out to him, I think, but he never replied.
I think it'd be a kind of an odd and funny, possibly funny and educational conversation. I think it could be cool.
Of course, man, because he leaves that thing pristine, and he used to be up in Orlando. We stole him from Orlando.
That's right. That's right.
We stole a lot of people from Orlando, but I think he was the only one that was worth it.
So now, Ed, in the first minute of the game, I mean, the game was given away by my fellow Dutchman, Marsman, and I mean, he just gave that goal away.
Peter, as soon as I walked in, just like that one game.
Oh, it was your fault.
They scored. Yeah, I walked in and everybody's like, oh, and I was, normally when I show up, people are like, hey, Uncle Ed, dude, everybody's like, head down and. Depressed because they scored on us right when I walk in.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Kata is saying, I didn't see this before we went on, but says, Phil said, Campana has muscle tightness, should be back as well as Robbie next week. So hopefully he's back because when we're talking about playing against Columbus. See, I want to call Charlotte Columbus. And so we'll get into that. I mean,
it starts with a C.
I'm going to do it all year. Hopefully, I don't do it on their show, but it's possible.
Yeah, they'll let you have it.
It's possible, but coming at you.
See, even Luis Rodriguez is saying, "Stay home."
Coming at you,
dude. Yeah, I show up and the team, something happens, they score on the team or something.
Ricky Ricardo, I told you, Ed, don't go to the games.
Yeah,
and yeah, here's like what Jeff Pancake says. the game was just a freak type of a game. Everything went bad. Don't think we should look too closely at this game tactically wise. I agree. So we're gonna just kind of get off of it. And I thought that was one of the worst referees. I mean, those yellows that he was giving away, second yellows and all that. I mean, they barely touched players. I know you could say our defenders should know better, but still, they barely touched a player, and all of a sudden he's throwing cards left and right. So watch out for that ref.
The Quintero's red card, I thought was too much. You know, it's just, in my opinion, he barely touched the guy.
I thought most of them were questionable. You know, the one from Gregory, well, that could have been a straight red. The way he went in, he earned his. Mm-hmm. But most of the others, I thought were pretty weak. Anyways, I don't know if we want to just go. You know. Again, I don't think it's something we should dig in too deep and start complaining about the coach too much, start complaining about the players too much. We had a good run. I called it last week saying we might get snake bit up in New England. Don't get too high, but at the same time, don't get too low. And the team is making progress. And so, you know, and it's just one of those freak games that everything that went bad.
Everything went bad in this game.
Yeah. But you know what didn't go bad, Ed?
Miami Futbol Park.
The vote
yes.
in Miami, I watched. It was like, what? Was it close to 6 hours of riveting television?
It was definitely entertainment. They should do a one of those reality shows just on the Miami government, because, dude, it had a lot of entertainment, a lot of back and forth. These guys were actually hate each other, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. It got ugly there at the end. Just, you know, at the end, I mean, I watched most of it. I didn't want to see the very beginning of it when it came on at like 2:30. I didn't see the beginning of it. I didn't see all the sales pitches from Jorge and stuff like that. When I tuned in, it was Carollo kind of just droning on and 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 on. And on and on and on and on. I mean, God, that guy talks slow.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, he was for the team, but he was going to make them pay for it, right? And make a better deal for the city. And that's his job. So I get it. But damn, he drones on. Everybody else was pretty quick. But from then on, you know, I saw everything. But I thought, you know, everybody talking, even Ken Russell, when he was talking, I thought, good points. He wants money for the parks. Good points. And then it all just almost falls apart because two commissioners are fighting over the 25 million. Who gets what? Whose permission? I mean, to get what? And it almost fell apart just because of that. I was saying to my wife when they went to like their 30-minute break, I said to my wife, Jorge needs to go and grab Ken Russell and say, whatever you want to get this deal across, we'll make it happen. Now, I don't know if that's legal. But that's what he should have done. Obviously, he didn't have to, but
and at the end of the day, Jorge Mas, the team is going to have to pay a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
They every commissioner basically is going to get a piece of the pie, and then some. And I kind of feel bad for Jorge Mas because, this is going to cost them a lot of money, man.
But the thing is, he said yes to everything. So that just tells you he's still going to make a boatload of money. He's not losing money in any stretch of the imagination. Yes, he had to open his pocketbook a little bit more. And I took notes as we were watching it, but so they still don't even know what the rent is going to be because they're going to get some new the price
adjuster.
I forgot what you call it again.
They're going to do it again because the one that they did before was like it's already like 3 years old or something. So
And the interesting thing too is they are being forced to take the clean appraisal. So they had two appraisals before: appraisal of the land the way it is now, polluted, and the land once it's clean. So it's like they have to pay for what they're going to do. So Inter Miami's got to pay $30 million to fix it so that they can make it to where they end up having to pay more money. But it is what it is. They wanted the rent basement. The rent basement Inter Miami was hoping for was 3.57. It got raised up to 4.3. So no matter what the appraisal comes in at, even if it goes down, Inter Miami is going to pay a minimum of $4.3 million a year, which I saw Jorge talk about that. And over the life of the lease, the 99 years, that's somewhere in the neighborhood of $3.5 billion paid to the city. In comparison, Marlins Park, the city, the people in the city pay something like $200 million. Not the Marlins, the city.
The city.
Something if I got that right.
That was a terrible deal, and a lot of politicians and a lot of people were that are against this were saying that Miami Freedom Park was a terrible deal. Well, the Marlins Park, that was a terrible deal. The city's actually going to make money as opposed to right now they have a Maurice golf course, which was I forget the amount, but they're only making like I think 100,000 or something that a year.
Something in that neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah. So, so it's a lot more money that they're going to get to spend on the city. So, and it's probably, who knows where that's going to go. But the thing is, they're going to make money for it.
Well, and also the how come this isn't working? I just wanted to switch cameras because it's not boring for too long on the same screen. Because everybody wants to see your beautiful mug a little bit bigger.
Of course.
A little bit bigger. Yeah, but the one thing that Coroyo was definitely, I thought was interesting, is they fight over every tree. They wanted to make sure that Inter Miami's not going to just build a park and just here's a patch of grass. No, they were told the lighting that you're going to put inside your stadium, and they use these kind of words. The lighting that you're going to put inside your stadium, you need to put in the park. The same quality lighting. And you have to do that. There has to be X number of trees, royal palm trees, specifically. Whoa. I think they were called. Whoa. I think they had specific comments about royal palm. And then it was important to one of the commissioners and I thought this was kind of good, that they want majority of the workers to be from Miami, from the city of Miami. So I thought that was pretty cool. So look, they drove a hard bargain, but the fact that Jorge said yes to everything, he's still making money. Yeah. And the one thing the detractors have said, and I don't think they're wrong, but I don't see anything wrong with it. A lot of them were saying this is not a stadium deal; it's a real estate deal. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it is. And what's wrong with that? Doesn't the owner deserve the opportunity to actually make money on a project that he's going to spend money on? I don't see anything.
It's going to be something that everybody's going to be able to use. It's going to be a destination. I bet you people who are, in transit from one city to the other in the airport, they just grab a little shuttle and they could cross the street and they'll be good. Ruby, how you doing, Ruby? Ruby was also at the watch party.
All right. I was just looking at some chats. Well, anyways, before we go too much further, because I think the voicemails, at least one or two of the voicemails are probably commentary on at least two of them on this vote, because they came in on Thursday. So
let's do it.
It's time for your voicemails.
Hello.
Woohoo! It's Italia, one world, one goal. The stadium passed. I can't believe it. Everybody needs to buy Mr. Mas, both brothers, beer at the stadium for like the rest of their entire lives. They verbally committed in front of, they were under oath, but they committed to much higher numbers than originally negotiated. And since 2008, actually, I think Ed and Julio and Peter and, all those other people were probably trying since maybe 2005 or something, maybe even earlier, or maybe 2009. Anyway, whenever it was, you guys were still Miami Ultras fighting to get the team back. And then, of course, once Beckham came in, then fighting since then. So, I know that everybody's worked so hard to get this stadium in Miami, and woohoo, it passed. I can't believe it. Pop the champagne, open the beer. Let's go. It's time to party. Love you guys. Love the show. Bye.
All right. Thank you. One world, one goal.
Yeah, and we're the thing is, man. As soon as it happened, I wish I would have gone to the. I just called in sick so many times, and didn't have any way for me to go. But it's for me it was incredibly exciting. And like I said, I wish I would have been there. But for us, it's like the cherry on top of the cake, because for us it was for us that have been there so long, trying to bring a soccer team to South Florida, and for us to get the team, and now we have the stadium. Everything's complete. I can die now, except hopefully God won't take me yet, because I still need watch a game in that stadium, and then He can take me. But that's a dream come true for us to finally see a team in Miami proper. So,
So for me,
I'm drinking a beer. Cheers,
all right,
Brand.
all right.
Cheers.
I was torn, right? Because I live in North Broward. So I when the vote got approved, I cheered. I was like, yeah, and then my wife is like, but they could take their time. And I'm like, 100% agree. You could take your time building this thing, because I like where the stadium is. But I also know for the long-term success of this team, this is important. And it's going to be a much nicer setup and venue. I mean, I like to I love the fact that it's going to be an entertainment district. So I envision, maybe getting to the game a little bit early and going to a local restaurant, maybe having something to eat, then going to the game, or vice versa. Go to the game and then celebrate at a local restaurant there. And maybe if on certain occasions, if I don't want to do the long drive, maybe I stay at the hotel that's going to be there. You're having some sort of an entertainment district right next to your stadium sounds appealing.
Yeah, for sure, man. And the thing for you, what happens to me now is sometimes if you don't leave at a certain time, you're not going to make it to the game.
Right.
So, that way, what I'm suffering through, you have to suffer now.
Yeah, but the one good thing is
eventually.
I am an early bird. I generally get places way too early. So I will just, whatever time I'm leaving to go to the games now, and I generally get to the game an hour and a half early, I will just add an additional hour to it. So
right.
and should be all right. Question I saw in here I wanted to address. It's from. Let me just do a search, because I saw who typed it. There it is. Baldwin 4 is asking, is the rumor about the Hurricanes playing there true? Yes, the rumor is true. Joe Carollo, he kept they're basically agreed, right? And Carollo then goes, "Oh, okay. There's one other request I have. One other request," and he goes on this long thing about, my daughter or granddaughter, I love her so much, and she plays soccer, and it goes down this whole long thing about his granddaughter, and then basically they say, will there be an opportunity for girls to play, somewhere? And then he does a similar thing, and which was interesting, because Jorge did mention again that they do envision having a women's professional team playing in Fort Lauderdale sometime. He talked about that again. But then Carollo does it again. They move on, and then he comes back. Whoa, one more thing. I have one more request. I'm a big Hurricanes fan, and they're playing pretty good right now. And hey, how about that new coach? And hey, Jorge, I know you guys like the Hurricanes. How about maybe you guys talk and make it happen? And so
they put it in there in the agenda. He said something like that.
Yeah.
So it's written.
So they
can.
It's part of the contract now, or the agreement that Inter Miami has 90 days to have a sit-down meeting with Miami Hurricanes to see if they would be interested in coming in on the deal. And if they do, then the stadium has to grow from, say, a 25,000 seat stadium to, say, 45, 50, 55,000 seat stadium. And the interesting thing about that you and I were kind of chatting about is they can't go higher. From what I understand, they can go about 20 feet higher. That's it.
Yeah, so he mentioned that. He can only go up 20 feet more.
And then they got to go out wider. They got to go out wider then. And wider means if you're sitting further away from the action, whereas the more modern MLS stadiums and soccer stadiums are built more like this, so you're like on top of the action. Even if you got bad seats, you got good seats. If you start building it out more like a traditional bowl, that's going to suck.
Yeah. But they need to get more people in there. So, in a way, I wouldn't mind. But when
I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, all right, I don't know. I'd rather have my soccer experience.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen. So, anyways,
The only good thing about that also is that it will be a bigger stadium where they could actually hold World Cup games.
sure, yeah, for
Because if
sure.
not, it's going to have to. Yeah, I'm sure that if Stephen Ross was watching, the agreement, he was probably saying, "No, don't do that. No, I've got Dolphin Stadium there. We can. That's for the World Cup, not this little thing, that they want to build.
Yeah.
You know."
All right, here we go. Another voicemail.
Woo! To tell you again, I popped the Guinness Drought Stout. That was all that was like in the house. Woo! I'm so excited on the stadium. And it's funny because they did allow people to speak, which I didn't know that because I would have gone down there because I'm a long time 33145 zip code voter of City of Miami. But can you imagine if me or Uncle Ned or Uncle Ted stood up in front of the dais of the commissioners and you're only limited to 2 minutes? We wouldn't be able to comply with that. We'd be talking forever. But mostly we'd be talking about how fun it is to have the stadium to drink a beer with our buddies. Can't wait, you guys. Love you. Love the show. Bye.
Yeah, our friend Fernando Fiore got up and spoke. I did see that. Saw that
there
on Twitter or something like that.
He sent me a WhatsApp message and a picture of him there that I shared with some people on WhatsApp. And yeah, man, he was there with us from the beginning. One of the few celebrities that actually supported us. We had us on his show a couple of times. Pushing, that we wanted a team in Miami, and I think a lot. We got to give him credit where credit's due for supporting us in that and getting our voice out. And so to see him there, it's it kind of brings it home, and it makes you realize how lucky we are to have people like him around here. South Florida.
All right. Well, we got. What do you want to do, Ed? We've got 2 more voicemails. We can play them and then move on to talk some Charlotte, and then or we can talk Charlotte and then play these voicemails at the end. How do you want to handle it?
Oh man, it depends. We can go out with Charlotte. Have a little banter here and there, or why don't we just listen to the
all right,
the things real quick.
All right. We're programming on the fly.
This is Ted from Coral Gables, Florida.
You got to think about it.
Home of University of Miami. Last night's game was so stupid. Here, let's run down how stupid it was. 1, the turf.
Hang on. Didn't he get the message that we're talking about the stadium now? Anyways, he didn't know.
Yeah.
he called in this morning.
I am so sick of these games on turf. What is with this glut of games on artificial surface? The games are terrible. MLS should get rid of all turf fields.
I agree.
They have the power to do it. I know some of the biggest teams with the biggest attendance play on turf, so if you want to have those big 30, 40,000 people crowds, you have to deal with the turf. It's just awful, though. And I do wonder if it has to do with some of the injuries that happened last night. As a matter of fact, if you remember, some of the star players that have come over have not played on turf. They will often sit out the turf games, like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. There was also a defender from Celtic who didn't even come to MLS, who wanted to come to MLS. I think his name was Noel Kennedy, and his doctors advised him not to come here because he was about to sign, but for Toronto FC. This is going back 6 or 7 years, but the players don't like turf. Who was that guy from Colombia who played for the Red Bulls? He also didn't like to play on turf. Juan Pablo Angel, I think was his name.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so the turf was the big issue. Marsman, number 2, is terrible. I think we need to put in Diop. Some of his distribution led to that first goal. It was terrible. Third is I don't like Robert Taylor. He's very talented, but he's an idiot. He makes such stupid passes. Fourth, I'm sorry, my numbers are all confused. I'm so upset. I can't even count right now. Fourth, the injuries. Campana is hurt. We just had really terrible luck. What's up with Karen Gibbs? Why are we paying this guy if he's always injured? And Robbie Robinson, too. Always injured. This guy's just injury plagued. And Robbie Robinson's too young to be this injured this often. And then Lowe with the stupid yellow cards. It's just dumb. Abika, unfortunately,
He's
was
just not
injured.
happy.
It's just crazy the amount of bad luck and injuries we have right now, especially if Campana's out for an extended time, which I hope he's not. And then Gonzalo Higuain is injured. We might need to call in Diego Serna soon, or Chacon or something at this rate. The positives, I do like Emerson Rodriguez on the left. I think he's really good. He's been a revelation. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully we'll get back in the winning column next week, and hopefully we can play on real grass again soon.
No, that's not going to happen. The real grass is not going to happen next week, Ted. But man, Ted, I'm concerned for Ted. Can somebody go check on him? Go check on Ted and make sure he's okay, because he sounded really depressed there. I mean, nobody is good for him. Nobody. That's because his best buddy, his Higuain, is hurt. I mean, Taylor, I think, is good. Now, Taylor should not have been played as the lone number 9 forward up top when you've got Ariel Lassiter who could play that role. That was a coaching mistake. But come on, you can't blame Taylor. Taylor's been a really good player this year, I think.
I agree.
And E Pluribus Bigley agrees. Rob Taylor is good. He didn't say he's great. He's good. All right. Do we want to hear...
Yeah, it's
another minute of Ted kind of just depression? Let's check in and see if he's okay. Let's check in and see if he's okay. This is 5 minutes later.
This is Neil Leonard calling.
Sorry, it's not Ted.
From Miami, Florida.
That's a deep
I
cut.
love Miami-Dade County. As far as the stadium goes, I forgot to touch on that in my last voicemail because this isn't really Neil. I know Neil Leonard's a deep cut. Anyway,
did he call?
I'm glad it's going to be a lot closer to me, but to be honest with you, I don't care. I think it will do better in Miami. I'm excited. It's going to be literally a 10-minute drive for me. But the more I go to the Drive Pink Stadium, the more I like it. We'll see how it all shakes out. I am excited. I'm not saying I'm not happy about it, but I do like Drive Pink also. I do think it'll be a nicer stadium, but either way, I'm fine. I'm excited, but I wouldn't have been terribly disappointed if they were to stay at Drive Pink. It is nice that there is a Metro Rail and a Tri-Rail station right across the street from where the new stadium will be. And it's pretty excited that we'll finally actually have First Division soccer stadium in Miami proper for the first time since the 1970s. Okay, bye.
So Ed, can we get Ted to drink, to have a little more energy?
I don't know what we're gonna have to do, but we definitely have to have somebody check up on Ted because he's just really a downer.
Because I think we're losing people. Even Wesley Riley, I'm not sure. It's a new name, so maybe he's a Charlotte fan. Maybe we should have jumped to Lee to talk about CLTFC.
Well, let's jump to Lee.
So
let's do it.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Let's do that. Esteban says, yes, guests should be brought in early. Well, our guest knew that he was coming in at around the halfway mark, and so we just went a few minutes late. But and from my chat, it seems like he was okay with it. But yeah, so Inter Miami is traveling to Charlotte, and next week's going to be a busy game because they got a Charlotte game and then they've got an Open Cup game a few days later. So Charlotte has technically got the same record as Inter Miami, same amount of points, but they're higher up on the charts because they've played one more game. So let's bring on our guest. He's does a show, I think similar to this, Lee Hannibal of CLTFC Fan TV. Hey, Lee. Uh-oh, we can't hear Lee.
We can't hear you,
Hey,
Lee.
man, how's it going?
There we go. Now
we go.
You can't hear me. Really?
How is it going?
Oh, man, this is a much more professional setup than what we have, man.
Oh, we're not professional.
No, I just like technology.
No. Yeah, fair. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, great. Thanks for joining us. I've caught a couple of your broadcasts. You guys seem like you have a lot of fun over there with the Charlotte Fan TV. Good
Yeah.
job there.
Just a couple of clowns for the camera, man. That's all we are.
There's a little.
That's
bit of
how
a,
we are too.
Yeah, a little.
We're kinda
Yeah,
like that
exactly.
too,
Exactly.
so.
Hey, you know, it's funny as I get messages.
Delay, huh?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. But you know, we get messages from some other clubs. We've got a fan in Chicago. We've got some from all around the MLS. A new Weissman is with us every week, and comment. The guy from Chicago especially said, "I wish my team had a show like what you guys do and like what you do." It's like it's not that hard, right? Every MLS team should have a couple of goobers sitting there talking about their team, being homers. It's okay to be homers. Every club should have something like this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's easy to put together. You just got to have the dedication and the commitment to it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, so what's that?
I'm in the middle, man. I'm in the
Now
middle.
you're in the
What's
middle.
going on?
Yeah,
Y'all
I'll
gotta give
move
me
you
some
around
voice
every
back.
once in a while.
Sandwich. We're making a sandwich out of you.
Right on. That's right. That's right. Funny.
And he didn't like it, so he moved it around.
Yeah, I put you
So,
back.
yeah,
Sound like you didn't like it, so I put you back.
Yeah, I see that, man.
He got
Oh,
uncomfortable. He's
whatever.
like,
I'm
"Oh,
easy going, man. I'm easy going.
Didn't like getting sandwiched there in the middle. So I was saying earlier, it's like I have a hard time saying Charlotte. I mean, heck, I don't even know where Charlotte is. Charlotte's in North Carolina or South Carolina. Who really cares? I mean, I don't really know. It's in North
He's
Carolina.
starting already.
Right? But we're in North Carolina, but we're right on the border of
Right.
North and
That's
South
what I thought.
Carolina. So, if you're driving up 77, we're right there. So that's why we, the Carolinas, right?
Yeah. I was in North Carolina a couple of years ago to visit my brother who doesn't. He bailed out of North Carolina. He got smart, and came back down to Florida. And
He's starting already.
this is the fun part, right?
Yeah.
well,
Now, who's coming on the
Lee-
show for us on Wednesday? Peter, is that you?
The big mouth.
That's Peter.
Yeah, don't worry.
big
We'll
man.
Payback's a bit. Man. Yeah.
Do it. Lee, tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
the team. What could we look forward to? I mean, tell us a little bit about them because there's a lot of people that don't know too much about Charlotte.
See, here's the difference. Ed wants to do a real interview. I wanted to just talk trash.
Well, we can do both. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, we just come off of a 3-game road trip, right? Which, unfortunately, we play New England as well, and I think they were on like a 5-game losing streak when they met us, and obviously they won. Then we played Colorado and did pretty good there. We were unlucky to get away with 3 points, but we got the 1 point. And then last night was just it's just hard to watch. And so we're kind of glad that Miami's coming along because you guys kind of suck as well. And I heard you guys bitching about some some turf and that kind of thing. So maybe the ball's in our court. And a shout out to Wesley. He's the OG from that show.
Nice,
cool. All
nice. you got some shots in
he's
there.
he's throwing it right back at me, kind of not knowing Inter Miami or outer Fort Lauderdale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we had the Orlando boys on the other day, and they were calling you guys the outer Fort Lauderdale. So, but congratulations on your $1 billion toilet seat design.
But
You like it?
Yeah.
Nice.
but it's better than I don't know, because the other design, it was cool, but some people thought it looked a little phallic. At times, if you look kind of.
Hey, but it's a soccer-specific stadium. I wish
Right.
we had that in Charlotte, but the owner is the Panthers owner too, so
Yeah.
we kind of roll it on into one.
Well, the funny thing, all jokes aside, I when I went to North Carolina a couple summers ago, I was looking at other places to go visit. While I'm
So you actually know where it's at, Peter. You actually
Yeah.
know where it's at.
Yes,
You're
I
just-
do.
Caught him.
Yes, I did.
Go ahead, man.
But no, but I do forget. I do forget, though. That's the thing is I do forget. But I did look it up, and I was like, oh, this looks like a nice, kind of small town / small. I mean, I know it's not it's a big city, obviously, but it has a small town charm to it or whatever. And then all of a sudden, I see you guys come out on the scene. All right, you got a team. Great, congratulations. That's good for the East Coast. It's the whole Southern Belt. That's great.
Yep.
But where the hell did 60,000, 70,000, however many fans show up at your games every week? Where the hell did they come from? Because I don't
That's
think
the whole town, man. That's the whole town.
think
They got nothing better to do.
I don't
it's
think
either that or go to church.
Yeah, right. I don't think anybody outside of Charlotte would have called that. I mean, who knew there
No.
were so many soccer fans in there? or people
Yeah.
for that matter.
So we only opened up the whole stadium for the first game that we had at home, right, against LA. So, and then we beat Atlanta's record because we're the better team
Right.
in the South, right,
No.
over Atlanta. I mean, throwing some dirt to the Atlanta folks that like to troll us. And then so
there's
we
one in
keep
here.
the bottom. Yeah, yeah, I saw a few of them. I knew he's always on that show too, man. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
And then so we just had the bottom bowl open, and I believe it holds around 35 to 38,000. So unless it's a big game, then we're probably just gonna have the lower bowl. So, maybe if we can get Atlanta in the USL Cup, right, the Open Cup, in the next round, they might open it up at the top as well. So just keep breaking records.
My own people are throwing crap at me now. Peter knows where Charlotte and Orlando is at, but is not looking forward to drive down to South Miami.
Oh, come on, guys! You're supposed to be on our side.
Yeah,
you guys are great, man. Come on over, man. Just sub on our channel. We'll be all good.
Esteban always gives us crap. I mean, that's his job on this show, to keep us honest. Keep us honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise to see so many MLS fans in Charlotte. Had no clue. I mean, I thought, you'd get the standard 15,000 or something like that, maybe 25 for your first game. I mean, it was impressive.
Yeah, we keep averaging about 31, 32, so we're keeping it up. I mean, in my opinion, though, it's going to be who next season, right? Especially if we keep going the way that we're going now, we're kind of struggling on the road. Hopefully, we get close to the playoff spot, So yeah, playoffs.
Oh, you're thinking you're going to go the other way. I was saying the way things are going because you're near the bottom of the table with us. So things
we're competing for that last place right there.
That's Cincinnati's, man. That's Cincinnati's.
That's their spot. Nobody wants to take that.
Yeah, that's right.
Cincinnati owns that bottom.
Together, we've kind of made Bank of America a good, strong fort, and we're kind of glad to be home. And of course, you guys seem to be picking up your gameplay a little bit better than you were at the beginning of the season. That seems to be our MO lately. Like the teams that we think, all right, Montreal, for instance, after we play you guys, they're starting to play better. It's just, I don't know. You guys, it seems like everybody's going to kind of show up when it's when you guys play us. But as long as we're in the bank, I think we'll be okay.
That's a good thing. Well, you didn't tell us about some of your players, man. Tell us who we can, be afraid of. Who you think is sucking right now. I mean, tell us a little bit about the team.
Yeah, I mean, last week we had some, like the flu or something run through. So there was a couple of players that didn't get to start or didn't even play that would typically play. Obviously, we got Kalina in goal. As bad as it is that we keep getting so many shots on goal and that sort of thing, he's been solid for us. Then we got Carroll up top, the Polish fella. He's kind of in a dry spout right now. So hopefully he comes on. And then we picked up another Polish guy named I call him Jaws. I screw up all these names, so I never make it in the world of commentary. But he should be starting. And then hopefully Mora comes back to left back, and we can kind of shore up that back line again. Because last night our left side was just getting killed. And to be honest with you, our problem is we start off good, and then we just kind of play it back. We start to slow down and really just kind of we don't know what to do when we're going forward once we get to about 75% up the pitch. So hopefully we can work on that and then go from there.
Do you have any defenders you can loan us? I mean, can we borrow some? We're a little thin. We got 2 red cards and injuries.
Yeah, I mean,
and we're missing some. Now we
got a spare striker.
Hurt. Robinson's hurt always. Higuain's still hurt, dude. We got like nobody up front.
But you guys started playing better when he got hurt. So
no complaints.
Out, right? Just leave him off.
He could stay hurt. Yeah, retire early.
That's right. Well, it does seem to be like the good old boys club down there, right? Oh, Beckham's old boys, and it's like he's just calling up some friends for some favors. I'm just waiting for Messi and Ronaldo to show up next.
And it's funny.
Any day now.
It's funny you say that. I'm going to switch to another. Well, let me see. How can I do that, Ed?
You can have McLean back. Seriously,
take me out. You don't need to see me. Just leave Lee in there.
No, there was something.
He's better looking than me anyway.
I should have shaved. I was going to wear my
I don't need
my flower shirt and have a big gold chain like you boys down in Miami.
Wow.
Oh yeah, dude.
Big gold chain. We're watching too many movies.
Peter Petty's away right now. Yeah.
So you mentioned Ronaldo, and New England took a pot shot at us as well with their mascot, Inter Miami. We are bringing Argentinian forward to MLS. Expectation is Messi. Higuain is reality.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
I love the internet, man.
That was pretty good. But the funny thing is, in the comments of that, the mascot was getting a little trashed on because his quality of his sign was pretty weak. They said, he could have done a better sign, but he didn't do that.
He was in a hurry, probably.
Yeah, that's right. He put it together and his first grade. He got his first grade to do it and brought it in, right?
Besides, he's an animal. What can they do?
That's right.
So, just to remind everybody, Peter Brown's going to be on Lee Hannibal's CLTFC Fan TV on Wednesday. And tell us a little bit about the show, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to call it Doofster real quick. He shaves his legs to swim faster. Actually, when I was in high school, I did that. So, the joke's on you, buddy. Anyways, right? So, yeah, our show, we do live shows every Wednesday. We try to bring on somebody from each side. Shout out to Top Bin 90 if you guys want any he's a really good source for Charlotte if you want any breaking news and that kind of stuff. He's a really good friend of our show too. We do live shows on Wednesdays. We actually did our first watch along last night. Not sure how we feel about that, to be honest with you. And then, at the games, we actually do fan interviews afterwards of fan reactions. So, just kind of want to give the fan the voice, right, of Charlotte, and kind of like what you guys do, right? And, we're not by any means proper the way we do it, right? We just do it. It's just man on the street sort of thing. Whatever happens, right? And we just let it go. Obviously, we just have fun with it, man. And yeah, that's basically it. Two clowns with a camera.
That's good. That's good. That should be
sounds familiar.
That should be a name of a channel too. Two clowns with a camera. That's a name.
That's a spinoff.
There you go. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
So I don't know if you guys saw the Roscoe flag. We have this guy. We don't know who he is, and we kind of do the same thing that you guys do, but we actually have him call in live on the show. And some guy named Roscoe called in one day, man, just spouting off some shit about L.A. and then Atlanta and that kind of stuff. And so it's just kind of stuck. So occasionally he shows up. He may show up Wednesday. We don't know, man. Right? He just randomly shows up. Some people think he's locked up right now, but
that's a guy with a real serious Southern accent, right?
Yeah.
I did hear. I think Ed sent me that clip of him talking about Bella.
Yes,
or Chicharito, or one of those.
Chicharito.
That's what it was.
Chicharito. That's what it was.
And we thought Uncle Ed and him would have fun. You got your Hispanic, Ecuadorian guy with this, kind of hillbilly.
Oh, dude. Dude, it would be awesome. But yeah,
hopefully he'll call in. Call in, man. We have no idea. He just kind of randomly shows up. So good old Roscoe, man. Last we heard, he was wrenching on Jimmy's car or his wife or something. Nobody knows.
Oh, jeez.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, we used to on our old podcast. We used to take calls live, but I don't know. Just seems works better when it's a voicemail.
We had a couple incidents where you can't. Filter out certain things. So we had a guy that just went off, and so we had to.
Yeah, that's one thing to watch out for, right? Yeah. I feel that. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to the game. I think to the turf thing. I'm kind of against the turf as well.
Mm-hmm.
It took the Panthers in the stadium forever to get the grass right, and then we knew ownership came in. We got the MLS team. And then they ripped it out. They want multi-purpose year-round sort of. I think Kenny Chesney was actually playing Saturday night there, so they have those folks down there on the stadium on the floor, right? So it just overall, I see the reason why, but as a soccer fan, I hate it.
You mentioned your ownership, and there was one of the things I was following before you even kicked off. And it bugged me, and we've talked about this. I'm curious how you feel about having to pay for a personal seat license. That is new in MLS. You guys are the first ones to do it. I know that the Panthers, that's the owner's deal. That's what he does. But I even had to do research on what the heck is a personal seat license. I mean, tell everybody what you guys have to go through in order to get season tickets.
Yeah, so to be fair, before Tapper bought Charlotte out, right? It's owned by Jerry Richardson. So he was the one that introduced the PSLs. We even had to do that, I believe, for the Hornets. So some of you Charlotte guys should chime in and let us know. But yeah, PSL basically is you pay a fee, whatever that dollar is, to have the right to buy a season ticket for that seat. So depending on where it is, it depends on the cost. And, I thought it was, the theory behind the PSL is help to fund building the stadium.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, the Panther Stadium was already built. So why are we having a double dip, right? Paying for the soccer fans. So in the supporter section, we don't have to pay that, but outside of that, you do.
But that's only because a sponsor paid for it.
No. That's the other end.
Okay.
No, that's the other end.
Okay. So
the supporter section is one end, and we didn't pay. We paid the extra $50 per ticket, which is supposed to fund the TIFOs and that kind of stuff. And then the other end, a sponsor did come in and bought up the PSL, whatever. They worked out something with the club.
Gotcha.
And so PSL suck. We did interview Nick Kelly about it. And like you said, we are the first team to do it. I don't know. My fear is that the MLS is going to see that they got away with it, and it's possibly could leach into other teams, right? So, as a Charlotte fan, we hate PSLs. We have beat that to death on our show. You're more than welcome to go back and watch all the interviews and all the bitching and complaining we did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
MLS Buzz is always busting their ass about it, and we know we hate it.
Right.
We hate it.
Well, that's what I felt for you guys. I mean, because that sucks. And the funny thing is, I didn't even think about this, but you said other MLS teams might catch on. And Ed, you and I were kind of talking about this whole big $1 billion project that Jorge Mas is building. The city is getting every dollar they can out of him. As Carollo said, they are squeezing the orange, and there's not much more juice left in that orange. But you know who has the juice that they're looking for? It's us. They're going to raise our prices to fund that stadium, and that would be a scary thought if they use something. If they look at what I almost did it again. What Charlotte did. I want to call you guys Columbus.
Same thing.
Oh, come on now. I mean, that's like calling you guys Orlando. We respect y'all more than that.
It's not on purpose. You'll know when I'm disrespecting you. That one's not on purpose. I can't say it right. You both have circular logos. I mean, anyways. Hey, before we wrap up this show in a couple of minutes, we do have a voicemail that came in, and I was noted in the chat that it is a voicemail specifically for you, Lee.
Nice.
Hey, Lee, it's Italia, One World, One Goal. I want to welcome you to the show. I knew Charlotte was going to be amazing because I'm like a huge racing fan, especially NASCAR.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Full disclosure, I'm a Dale Jr. fan. We like to go off on tangents here. And I was pleased to see Jimmy Johnson came and supported you guys. He's a 7-time Cup winner, Peter, because I know you don't know enough about NASCAR. But ask him Lee would like to know who your favorite driver is. And we wish you guys well. Good luck. Okay. Love you guys. Love the show. And Peter, don't take over this guy's show. Let him get a word in. Bye.
I've watched their show a little bit. They'll get plenty of words in.
Yeah, we'll get our dings in. Don't you worry.
And I've been on other people's shows, and I'm very respectful. I'm disrespectful on my own show.
So to answer the question, I'm not really a big NASCAR fan. Soccer's my sport. But, unfortunately, living here in Charlotte, you kind of keep up with it if you want to or not, right? Because all the race teams are around here and got all their stuff together. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Jimmy Johnson. So that's who I'll go with.
I saw something on Twitter. You guys park on a racetrack for the stadium? Oh, no, that was Nashville. Damn it. Wrong state.
Yeah,
forget it.
Same thing.
She said NASCAR. I got them all mixed up. Yeah. She said NASCAR.
But not Columbus.
They're
not Nashville.
They're all the same. You could have said New York City FC, same thing.
Well, yeah, and how do you feel about oops, wrong one. What news Anu is saying here? Call them the Blue Arsenal, Peter.
Yeah, you know what?
How do you feel about that?
Look at this, man. It pops. It pops on the pitch, man. It's a really good looking shirt, man, or jersey or whatever we want to call it.
Let's be proper. It's a kit.
It's a kit, right? But yeah, I mean, Atlanta, man, look at their stuff. I mean, come on.
Atlanta's just ripping the stripes, and everybody's ripping everybody off. I mean, the only one original is really us, right? I mean, who else is wearing a pink polo?
Other people started doing the pink thing right before we didn't, because they knew that Miami was going to bust out the pink.
But nobody's rocking a pink polo, like literally like a tennis polo. I mean, come on now. I mean, people criticize it, but it looks damn good on the field. And the pink against the blue is it's gonna pop on TV when I'm watching it.
They'll probably wear black.
Me, no.
No?
No,
next time.
Next time, yeah. I'm traveling to Los Angeles next month, so I got to save my travel pennies.
Yeah, it does get expensive. That's for sure. Yeah, going on family vacation in June, so can't do that. But I've always had a dream of going into like every MLS stadium at some point, but that dream's still a long ways away because daughter's getting ready to go to college soon. So and all these Arsenal comments, man. I'm a Spurs fan, so all these Arsenal boys can just go ahead and jog on, man.
And here's the thing: one thing I learned with Inter Miami is you cannot judge a team on their first year's shirt either. I mean, look, it's an Arsenal ripoff, but I think it looks good, so who cares? But
I like it.
I agree, and I like your logo too. It's simple, but I like it. And
for the crown.
But what we learned with Inter Miami is that you really can't judge a team on their first year shirt because they don't have enough time really to ramp up and get that shirt designed. Adidas makes you put them in so early. For example, our pink was the wrong pink in the first 2 seasons. It wasn't until the 3rd season that they could get the proper hue because Adidas just couldn't do it for whatever reason. So anyway.
No, it would be nice if we could get more than just Adidas involved,
yeah.
right?
I've always talked about that too, man. We need to have more creativity because everybody looks the same, just different colors.
Yeah,
it's kind of boring.
I mean, that's the problem with the MLS. It's such a closed shop, right? But we got the sport in our backyard now, so we're happy.
We're the same way, man.
Deuster's calling
coming
me
to
out
Miami
saying,
too.
Deuster's calling me out saying pink is long-term Palermo guys. Yeah, I know, but who cares?
Anyway,
oh my God. This is so inappropriate. I have to end on this. What's Luis Rodriguez wants to know what's the average inbred percentage in Charlotte? Oh,
I'm not sure. We just kick them all out down to Miami.
Oh, there you go. On that, we will wrap it up, and you could get more of
Charlotte,
that.
Boys, 2-1 Charlotte.
All right.
Oh,
2-1 Charlotte. What do you think, Ed? He's giving out a score.
Man, we're going to be hurting. I think we're going to get a tie off of this one.
Okay.
1-1.
Yeah, that's probably good.
It's just we're depleted, man. We're not doing too good.
Excuses already. I hear you.
Yep, we got him.
Peter?
We got him already.
That's right.
What about you, Peter?
Probably a tie or a loss. I mean, I'm just not. It depends. If we've got Campana back, maybe, we can be all right. If we get Robbie Robinson back, maybe we get some goals, and then defense, we could patch something together. I mean, we've got our draft pick that played and also lost against an Inter Miami 2 game against New England. So Ryan Saylor, hopefully, maybe he starts. I don't know. So it'll.
You can just get Phil to put on a shirt, man, and have him play.
Why not? He still might have something left.
Yeah, he might have something left. Get Beckham in there too. We're good.
That's right. He is the better Neville, though, so we'll give him that.
All right, Lee. Well, let's wrap up with this. Tell everybody how they can follow you guys on all social medias and check out what you guys are doing.
Yeah, man. We're at CLT FC Fan TV on all the handles. That's Insta, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're starting our OnlyFans soon, so that should be interesting. And so that's it. And TikTok, but we hardly post on TikTok. I think we're a little too old to understand that.
Too old for TikTok, but not too old for OnlyFans.
I think they're going to do really well with their family on the OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're going to dig into that on Wednesday. We're going to learn more about this OnlyFans. We're going to keep your shirts on, boys.
That's right.
All right.
We appreciate you guys, man. I look forward to Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday should be a lot of fun.
Tear them up, Lee. Tear them up.
So everybody should go.
Don't you worry, Brad.
Come on. Everybody should go follow Lee on all those social media accounts so you can learn what time the show is, and guys, you got to come in and be on my side. Everybody in this chat, you got to come in on Wednesday.
9 p.m. Eastern is when we do it Wednesday.
All right, 9
Yep.
p.m.
And
Everybody
we'll
joins
tweet
in.
it out to tag everybody that we like.
All right, sounds good.
Basically, just Uncle Ned.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And also, go to Caneswear. All right, thanks, everybody. See ya. See ya, Lee.
All right, peace.